Hi everybody. Before we get started, I would like to point something out. YouTube has placed a button below this video called thank you. And this thank you button allows people to support the channels that they enjoy without having to join a group or join a membership or be present during a premiere, so that you can give at that time. So anytime that you want to support this channel, I believe the amounts are $2, $5, $20, and $50, I think. But if you decide to support this channel, I would appreciate it. So let's get started. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make girls' underwear. These are for my granddaughter, and I made her one pair and she loved them and she asked for 3 or 4 more. So this is the 3rd pair for her. I'll make her another one. Now I've made them for adult women, obviously their size. And this particular person, TMI guys, sorry, but this particular person likes to go commando. And when I gave her these underwear, she said, I would rather wear these than go commando. So there's just something about being able to make your own out of the fabric you love, the size, everything plays into it. The type of fabric you use, the type of elastic you use, the size of the leg hole, and how big or small you make them. You can make your underwear as comfortable as you want them to be. So so this is going to be a new playlist, and I'm going to do men's or girls and boys and women's, and eventually I'll get to men's, but there's some like fit things I need to do, and you guys just hang in there for the videos because I'm going to try and save you a lot of money and make you really comfortable. So I am going to show you 2 different ways to install elastic. So you need to hang into the end of this video to where I can talk about that. And so I show you both ways to do it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. Let's get started. This pattern is a 3-piece pattern: the front, the back, and the crotch. The first thing we need to do is place the pattern pieces on the fold with the greatest stretch going horizontally across the pattern pieces. Go ahead and pin them down and cut them out. At this point, I'm marking the center notches. This is so I can align them correctly, and then I'm snipping off the points off the crotch pieces so they'll align with the front and back pieces where they'll be sewn together. Okay, I'm going to share a money-saving tip with you guys. I might have mentioned this in another video, but what I do is, instead of going to the fabric store and paying $13 to $16 a yard for white cotton knit fabric, I go to Walmart, and in the men's department, I look for the clearance section. And then from there, I find the largest white t-shirt I can find. Now, there will be a logo or maybe some writing on it, but even when you work around that, you have plenty of white cotton fabric to use for small projects like this. And don't forget to use your Walmart app so you can scan the prices. Oftentimes, you'll find items marked with a sale price or a clearance price, but if you scan it, sometimes it's even marked down from there. I've gotten shirts for $2 and $3 by using my Walmart app to check the actual price, not the price that it's marked at. You can see that I'm using a pre-owned shirt to make the cotton linings for these underwear. If you have shirts that your family has outgrown or that you no longer use, you can repurpose them and really cut your cost. Now it's time to assemble the underwear. I love this technique because it's really super easy and quick. You're going to lay the crotch of your underwear down. You're going to lay your top piece right sides facing, and then you're going to put the right side of your cotton lining to the wrong side of the front panel. And pin these in place so that they are not going to shift. I do the 2 outsides, and then I'll do 1 in the middle, and even sometimes I'll do 5 across just to make sure it's not going to shift. Now flip your work over and pull back those linings so that the back of the crotch is showing with the right side up. You're going to lay the back panel down, right side's facing, and align the edges. When you align those edges, you're going to take the rest of the underwear, the back panel, and roll it up so that it all is going to fit inside that area. Now you take your cotton panel and you align it. So now you have all three layers sandwiched together, and you're going to pin those across as well, just the way like you did the first time. Now you're going to take it to the machine and sew a 1/4 inch there and there. Normally I would use a zigzag for this, but I'm going to use my straight stretch stitch, which is indicated in that blue area right there on my machine. Okay, when sewing with knits, it's important not to stretch your fabric. I am not stretching, I am adding tension. So it's not stretching it beyond its regular width, it's just holding it so that it doesn't buckle underneath my presser foot. When you get both seams done, this is how easy it is to turn it right side out. And you've got all the seams enclosed and it looks really nice. Now I'm going to base stitch the crotch panels together so when I put the elastic in, there won't be any shifting of the fabric. That way I'm sure to catch the lining and the fashion fabric into the stitching for the elastic. Now, normally this is the elastic I would use, and I would just sew it to the inside, fold it over, and it would be enclosed. But I have this new elastic I would like to try, and it's going to be sewn to the outside and then flipped under and then top stitched. So that's how I'll sew it on, fold it over, and then you'll just see that red trim on the outside. With this application, I am using a zigzag, a medium width, about 2.5, maybe closer to 2, so that it'll give it some nice stretch. And then just take it all the way around. I'm going to show you two different ways of installing the elastic. There's this way and there's my favorite way. And I'll explain later why I choose one over the other. This one is easy, and that's why I like it, because of the open sides. But the other way is actually more comfortable, and I'm really sensitive to seams, so I try to keep that in mind when I'm sewing for other people. Now that the elastic is in, I'm going to sew up the side seams at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And what I like about knit is that you don't have to serge it because it doesn't unravel like a woven fabric does. On this side, I put the elastic in, then closed up the side seam. Now I'm going to flip it over and sew up the side seam before I put the elastic in. I didn't get a really good shot of this, but when I put the elastic up to the fabric, I didn't sew the first 1/2 inch. I left that loose, and I will show you why when I get to the other side. Okay, you can see the first end of the elastic that I started with, and you can see it's not sewn down. And that's because when I get to the end, I want each end to kind of dip down so that the raw edges are not seen. See, I'm overlapping right here, and then I will clip that off, and then that's what it's going to look like. Now that the elastic is in, I flip it over and I'm doing the top stitching. I like a little wider stitch here because I like the way it looks. You just give it some tension and you start zigzagging, and that'll be your finished look. Now I have to flip it over to make sure everything's lying properly underneath, and that where the seams are, if there's any folding, you want to flatten those out so that's not uncomfortable. Now the last bit is the waistband, and that'll be sewn just like the second leg hole. Stitch it, flip it over, do your top stitching, and you're done. This is why the first method is not my favorite. See this little piece right here? It's uncomfortable and it doesn't look good. Otherwise, the seams look good, no serger needed, they're not going to unravel. This side is my favorite because it's nice, flat, and comfortable. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do that and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload more videos.